Hello everyone, and welcome to the 4th episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Fugly, a weekly video series in which we quickly sum up our game reviews from the past week at GamingUnion.net. My name is Brian, and I'm here with Melissa and Nikki.
On The Good, the Bad, and the Fugly, or GBF, we give short descriptions and our basic verdict of each game we've reviewed in the last 7 days.
These shows will be short and to the point. If you want more info on any of the games we talk about, be sure to check out the full review on GamingUnion.net.
This episode will be summing up our game reviews from March 12th to the 18th, 2011. We have a lot of reviews to get through this week, so this episode will be longer than normal. First-person shooter fans who have been waiting for a game that is more story-driven need look no further than the new Xbox 360, PS3, and PC title, Homefront. You play as an American soldier who is fighting against a Korean army who has occupied the United States. Even though the weapon mechanics are similar to other FPS games in the sense that you can carry 2 weapons and a knife, Homefront takes it in a slightly different direction by only offering ammo for certain weapons at certain times. This addition, alongside engaging vehicle sections, forces players to focus more on strategy. Even though the campaign is unforgivably short, the multiplayer offers hours of replay. The presentation of the game, from the graphics, the music, and sound design, are all on par for this generation. Our 7 out of 10 represents 2 main points. The game is executed well, but the campaign should have been much longer and is inexcusable at its current length.
Our second title is a new Nintendo DS game from a long-lasting franchise, Pokemon Black and White. Fans of the series know exactly what to expect. You play as an up-and-coming Pokemon trainer, you travel the land searching for Pokemon to catch, and challenging professional trainers, all the while gaining fame and fortune. While the story may be recycled from past installments, the graphical upgrades and phenomenal gameplay more than make up for it. And no Pokemon game would be complete without the option of players being able to battle one another. The extremely user-friendly interface makes playing with your friends easier than ever. With the graphical upgrades, fantastic soundtrack, easy interface, and engaging gameplay, it's no wonder that Pokemon Black and White has received a 9 out of 10. This is, without a doubt, the best installment in the series to date.
Sandbox game aficionados will enjoy our next review, which covers the new DLC from Fallout New Vegas, Dead Money. Your character is abducted by a rogue faction of the Brotherhood of Steel, and you are forced to explore the Sierra Madre Casino. While the story development is engaging and the characters are incredibly dynamic, Dead Money suffers from a new gameplay mechanic that might leave Fallout fans feeling disappointed. While the game is known for letting players explore a vast world, the DLC confines players to a particular area for the entire session. Add in the fact that many, if not most of the missions are time-based, and it's easy to see how some players will become frustrated. However, Dead Money has gotten a 7 out of 10 because the DLC is still incredibly engaging, and it paves the way for what could be some wonderfully exciting new content in the near future. True fans of the series won't want to miss out, but those on the fence might be best leaving this one alone.
Our next title will have retro gamers drooling for the newest installment from Gaijin Games on WiiWare called Bit.Trip Flux. The sequel to the critically acclaimed Bit.Trip Fate focuses on creating new and exciting gameplay with vintage graphics and sound. If you can imagine Rock Band meets Pong, you have the basic concept. Objects fly around in rhythm to the music, and you must use your Pong-like paddle to rebound them from whence they came. This charming throwback title may be easy to understand, but is difficult to master as each stage adds more chaos to the mix. However, players from any experience level will be able to jump into the action without any problem, unlike its predecessor. Our 9 out of 10 says that if you're looking for a game that will finally show off WiiWare's capabilities, go no further.
Poker fans will find enjoyment in our next game on Xbox Live Arcade, Full House Poker. This poker title definitely plays with the full deck, as it takes players into the action of Texas Hold'em, but with a fun twist. Players will be playing with their Xbox 360 avatars in unique and fun poker houses. Whether brand new to the card game or a seasoned veteran, any player can hop into the action and start betting. The AI are fun to play against and provide a good challenge, but it's the online mode that truly shines. Play on the Xbox Live with your friends or complete strangers to hone your skills and go from rags to riches. The fun gameplay, excellent design, and wonderful presentation easily justifies our 8 out of 10. If you like poker, then this is a game that you will not want to pass up.
Our next game is the sequel to Q Games' popular PSN franchise, PixelJunk Shooter 2. The story picks up right where its predecessor left off. Your ship has just been eaten by a giant beast, and you have to battle your way out. The PixelJunk series has always been known for its innovative gameplay mechanics, and Shooter 2 is no exception to the list. The unique combinations and environmental interactions make it quite the experience. However, with this new sequel also comes an increase in difficulty, which can cause many players to become quite frustrated. However, playing with a friend certainly makes it more fun and easier. Our 8 out of 10 means that PixelJunk Shooter 2 is a fun title from its intriguing gameplay, fun presentation, and engaging multiplayer modes. Feel free to give it a shot.
Our next review is for the third game in a popular JRPG franchise now on the PS3, our Tonelico Qoga, Knell of Ar Ciel. The game takes place in the land of Sol Cluster, where players take control of a teenage boy who gets himself wrapped up in a conflict that could very well consume the world. Like other JRPGs, the game is incredibly story-driven, and the different aspects of the gameplay are affected and derived from the story itself, even the battle system. While the story is incredibly engaging and the sound and music are well executed, there are a couple of drawbacks. The graphics aren't up to the current generation standards, some design choices didn't work well, the translation of dialogue can be a little off, and the gratuitous sexual parts of the story can be a little cumbersome for those more easily offended. However, despite its bad, Tonelico Qoga has still gotten our stamp of approval with an 8 out of 10. There is a great story to be told here, and players would do well to try it before passing it up.
Our next game gives our snowboarding fans some love and attention with the new Xbox 360 and PC title Stoked Big Air Edition. What was released in North America in 2009 has made its way to Europe, and it can certainly hold its own against other current titles. Whether racing or doing trick competitions, players will be flipping and spinning on their boards in no time. While the trick combinations are near limitless, the controls can be quite cumbersome at times, making the completion of certain objectives very difficult. However, the presentation is definitely on par, and the replay value is nothing short of infinite. Stoked is much deserving of the 8 out of 10 that we've given it, and if you love extreme snow sports, you're sure to enjoy this.
Fans of magic and wizardry go no further than this review of the new PC title Magicka, a game that encourages users to combine different elemental spells to see what new combinations can be created. A funny and entertaining story will accompany the players as they explore this new take on the world of magic. For as much fun as the single player may be, multiplayer is where the title truly shines. Working alongside a couple of friends, players can take on foes bigger than life, and with good communication can topple enemies that seem impossible. Graphically, the game has a very unique style, but it can suffer from lag and a bad frame rate. In addition, Magicka will only last players about 10 hours. All these elements combined have given the title a 7 out of 10. Players are sure to enjoy the game, even if the time spent will be shorter than we had hoped.
Our final title comes to us on the Xbox 360 and PS3, known as Warriors: Legends of Troy. What started as a simple hack-and-slash franchise has evolved into an epic tale. This Warriors game focuses on the story of Troy and its inevitable fall. The fighting gameplay has evolved quite a bit since its early installments, and strategy is more important than ever, whether you're slaying thousands of grunts or facing off against a warrior giant. The graphical presentation in Legends of Troy is nothing to thumb your nose at, and it fits the style of the game nicely. In addition to clever AI and lots of replay value, it's no wonder that we've given this installment an 8 out of 10. Legends of Troy takes the best elements of the past Warriors games and combines them here into one impressive and enjoyable title. And that wraps up this episode of The Good, The Bad, and The Fugly. We have an exciting list of reviews for next week, so make sure to check back in. If you want more info on any of the games we talk about, be sure to check out the full reviews on GamingUnion.net.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast feed to keep up to date on all our shows. Just search for Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts Union podcast channel on iTunes.
Or you can download the episodes directly off of GamingUnion.net.
If you have comments, suggestions, or discussion points, feel free to join us on the forums or follow us on Twitter. Our account is twitter.com/GamingUnion. Until next time, my name is Brian.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Nikki.
And this has been a GamingUnion.net and TweaksMusic.com production.